back, students. This is Dr. Mercado speaking. This is course orientation part 2, which is going to deal with Blackboard. And this is orientation is going to be for all of my summer courses, whether it be summer 1, 2, or 3. Okay, I am not going to be going over the specific details of each of the classes, rather just the layout of Blackboard. All of my courses are structured the same way. So just so you can have a better understanding of how my course is set up. Okay, now what are we going to be covering in part 2 of the orientation? We're going to be covering the Blackboard layout, the information provided in the Start Here module, the course content, how the layout of the information is provided, messages I do provide, or how to communicate with me through Blackboard. Remember, Blackboard messages is my preferred method of communication, so I'll show you that. Announcements, I do post announcements once or twice or 3 times this week, so it is important that you check your announcements, and also your gradebook. Okay, now for Cengage, you complete your assignments in Cengage, you are issued a grade in Cengage. I have linked my Blackboard to Cengage, so as you complete your assignments in Cengage, the grades are going to flow into Blackboard. Okay, the grades that I utilize to calculate final grades are from Blackboard. Okay, so it's always very important that you verify and you check your gradebook and Blackboard, because that is the one that I will be using to calculate your final grades. Okay, so now that we're done here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to exit, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a tab, and we're going to go to southtexascollege.edu. Okay, so this is the South Texas College website, southtexascollege.edu. Once you're there, we're going to go ahead and we're going to log in into Blackboard. We have a button on the top right hand corner that says Blackboard. We're going to go ahead and we're going to log in there. Now my computer is already set up because I'm working from home. It will automatically take me to my courses, but you are going to have to enter your username or password. Okay, so once you are there, you're going to go ahead and you're going to go to courses. Now this might look a little bit different to you because I do have the instructor view and you have the student view, but you should have a button or like an icon that says courses. Okay, we're going to go to courses, and then you're going to have current courses. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to select my summer 2023 courses. Okay, I will be teaching 4 classes in the summer. Okay, so you should see on your end the classes that you're taking. Okay, so I'm teaching 4 classes. On your end, you're going to see the classes that you are taking during the summer session. Okay, now I'm going to go through one of these. Okay, it doesn't matter the one that I select because I am only going to be going over the layout. I'm not going to go over specific content. Okay, now for my summer 1, this is a summer 1 class, Introduction to Accounting 1. Okay, those run for 5 weeks. Summer 1 and summer 2 run for 5 weeks. Okay, so this is how the course is going to be structured. Okay, you're going to have the Start Here folder. Okay, under your Start Here folder, you're going to have a whole bunch of information that you need to go through. Okay, now you need to go over all of this information before you begin working on your assignments. Okay, so you're going to go to the Start Here folder. You're going to go to the first item. That's a welcome announcement. Okay, it's basically going to give you information about myself. Okay, and information of how you contact me. Okay, so here you have my office information, my phone number at the office. Remember, during the summer, I'm not in my office. Okay, but I've included my information there. You've got my email, my mobile number. Okay, that is my direct line to my cell phone, and try to use that for emergency onlys. You can text me, calls. I might pick up, I might not pick up, but you can always leave a message, or I prefer that you text me. That way I can get back with you. Okay. My office hours are Mondays through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Okay. And it basically just has general information, and then it has the orientation videos that you need to listen to, that you're probably listening to right now. Okay, so you need to listen to all 3 videos. Okay, once you go over this information, we're going to exit out. Okay, and then you have essential course information. Okay, so this is going to be specific to the course that you're taking. This will vary by class. Read over all of this information. For all of my classes, you will have 2 attempts for your quizzes. You will have 2 attempts for your homework. You will have 2 attempts for your exams. You will have 2 attempts for your projects. Okay, and I give 2 attempts. One In case you don't do well on the first attempt, you've already been exposed to the content. You can take it a second time, and you can try to do better. The second scenario is in case you encounter any technical difficulties. I've had situations where I was in the middle of the exam or the quiz or whatever, and I had issues with my computer and it took me out. Okay, that way you don't have to be contacting me. You always have that second attempt available. Okay, but you do have 2 tries. All of my classes, payroll, introduction to accounting, financial accounting, anything that you're taking, 2 attempts are provided. Okay. So, I'm not going to go over the specifics because, like I said, every class has different assignments and projects that they need to complete. Just know that you do need to read all of this information, okay? Now, my courses are structured using a weekly calendar, okay? The majority of my assignments will be available Monday through Sunday, with the exception of tests. Tests have a shorter window, okay? So, when it's an assignment that's a test, make sure that you refer to your syllabus so you can know, okay, the test is only going to be available Monday through Wednesday, okay? And I need to make sure that I get it done during that window, okay? Or Monday through Thursday, okay? Make sure that whenever it's a test, you're not going to have 7 days to do it. No, you're not. So only for tests will the time frame change. If it's a homework or a quiz, you will have from Monday through Sunday to complete it. Okay, homeworks and quizzes you'll have the entire week. If it's a test, that will vary. So make sure that you refer to your syllabus for that. Okay. If you continue down, you are going to find information about the textbook that you are going to be using. Okay, in this particular class, this is Introduction to Accounting. We are going to be using College Accounting, okay, chapters 1 through 15. And all of my classes will need to purchase the Cengage Access, okay? The best option, which is the cheapest option, is to get Cengage Unlimited. Okay, so if during a summer session you are taking 2 or 3 or 4 classes that use Cengage, if you purchase the Cengage Unlimited option, it's going to grant you access to all of your courses for one low price. Okay, so it's really, an awesome deal, because if you're taking 2 or 3 classes, you only have to purchase it once, and that's going to give you unlimited access to all of your ebooks and all of the resources that you need. It's a cheaper option than buying it on an individual basis. Even if you're only taking 1 course, it is cheaper to buy the unlimited than buying it solo. It just gives you a lot more for your money. Okay. So, depending on the class that you're taking, you're going to see the textbook information there. Okay. So read over that information, okay? You are going to have access to your syllabus. You have Concourse syllabus. That's going to take you to the actual application of Concourse. Please print out your syllabus. I am not going to go over the syllabus information in detail. Just know that the syllabus is available. It has my contact information, my office hours, the chair's information. What are we going to learn in the course? The requirements, okay, the grading criteria. All of my courses grading are based on a 1,000 point scale system. Now, depending on the class, is the different assignments that you're going to have. That will vary. But all of my classes are a 1,000 point system, okay? So make sure that you read over your syllabus, go through all of this information in detail, okay? And then you've got the grade point scale. Well, how do I know what am I going to get? If you earn between 900 and 1,000 points, you get an A. 800 to 899 points, a B. 700 to 799 points, a C. So on and so forth. Okay. I do not curve. Okay. Students earn the grade they get. Okay. I do not curve. I don't drop any assignments. None of that stuff. Okay. So the grade that you have is the grade that you earned. Okay. You're gonna have a detailed outline by week of the different chapters that we're going to be covering, the assignments, how many points each of the assignments are worth. That way you know exactly what you're going to be doing every week. It's not a surprise. I give you all of that information ahead of time. Okay. So here we see, for example, in week 1, we're going to do the course intro, chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3. 3 chapters in week 1. In week 2, you're going to cover chapters 4, 5, and 6. Okay, and I've broken them down because I want you to know that the quizzes are 11 points, the homework are 22 points for each of the chapters. Okay. Then you're going to have in week 3 a test, which is going to be worth 200 points in this case, a comprehensive project, and a research project. Okay. Week 4, you're going to have chapter 7, 8, and 9. And then week 5, you're going to have your final. Okay. Now this is specific to this class, to Introduction to Accounting 1. Each of your classes, you're going to see something similar to this. Okay. Just different assignments, different coursework. Okay. But you will have this information available. You're going to have information about your textbook. Okay. You are required to have speakers or headsets because I do have videos, so that way you can listen to them. Okay. Make sure that you have access to a reliable computer with good internet access. Okay. Especially when you're taking tests. Okay. Okay. You have the expectations for the course. It is the student's responsibility, if they are not performing well, to complete the withdrawal process if needed. I do not tolerate cheating in my class. If I find out that you are cheating, if someone else is completing your assignments for you, whatever the case might be, you will be reported to the Office of Admissions and you can get expelled. Okay, so we are here to learn about accounting, and you need to do your own work. Okay, so please read over the academic integrity, dishonesty, all of these policies, very important. You're also going to have a topic outline. This is very important. This is what I'm referring to that you keep handy. It basically has a breakdown by week. That way you know week 1, I have to complete all of these assignments. That way you mark them off as you're doing them. Okay. So it basically covers everything that's going to be happening by week, the weekly tasks and the assignments. Okay. So you're going to have that available. All of these are policies. If you need any type of accommodations, anything of that nature, please read over all of this information. The best way to communicate with me is through Blackboard messages. I do not respond to messages during the weekend. If you need to get a hold of me, get a hold of me Monday through Friday. Okay. If I get anything on the weekend, I will answer it, but until Monday. Okay. So just make sure that you keep that in mind. That way you reach out to me during the week. Okay. If I send you a message, please try to respond promptly. Okay. And attendance is very important. I don't monitor or I don't take attendance because we don't see each other. But keeping up with your assignments and meeting deadlines is a way for me to know that you are keeping up with your assignments and that you are attending and active in my course. Okay. So just read over your syllabus, print it out. Please have a copy of it handy. Okay. So you've got the Concourse syllabus. You've got a PDF of the syllabus as well. That way if you want to just print it out. It's in a slightly different format, but the same information is included. Okay. All of the information is there. Read over your syllabus. I'm not going to read over the syllabus for you. And I exited the course. Let me go back in there. Just make sure that you do read your syllabus for your specific class. That way you know what you need to do. Okay. Now, if you're taking summer 1 or summer 2, 5 weeks, summer 3 will be 10 weeks. The only thing that's going to change is the amount of modules that you have available. Okay, you're going to have more modules if you're summer 3 because you're running for 10 weeks. Okay. Okay, let me go back in there and okay. So once you're through the start here, you're going to go through all of the information. If you need any technical support, you've got a button here, a link for Blackboard help. Okay. Blackboard is available if you forgot your password, if you're not able to load the course. I cannot help you with that. Okay, that needs to be something that is handled by Blackboard. You've got the Blackboard telephone number and the email where you can contact them if you are having issues, technical issues with Blackboard. Okay, so all of this information is available, so you can view it. And you can install Pronto, Blackboard in your mobile app. All of these links are available to you here. That way you can have access to them in your cell phone if you need to, in your computer, whatever the case might be. Okay, so this is for technical support with Blackboard. Okay, you've got a whole bunch of college resources and services. You've got links to advising, to admissions, to the bookstore, to counseling. All of the contact information is here. Please read over it, and if you need to contact any of these. These are their numbers or the links to their sites, their websites. That way you can obtain additional information. Okay. Then we've got privacy and accessibility. This is just information if you want to be able to go over the accessibility policies for the different applications. You've got that available as well. Okay. The last two items are Cengage resources. And I'll go over these more in depth in the course orientation part 3. Okay, so just these are additional resources, but these are for Cengage. So if you have issues with Cengage, these are the resources. If you are having issues with Blackboard, this is who you contact. Okay, once you review all of the information under the Start Here tab, okay, below that you're going to have Cengage assignments links. That is basically where you can locate all of the links to Cengage. Now you don't need to really use this more than for if you need to access technical support or maybe the student dashboard, the ebook. You don't really need much of this because I actually embed all of the links that you need in the weekly modules. Okay, so once you're done going over the Start Here information, you can begin with week 1. Now the weeks are broken down by chapters. I didn't want to overwhelm you with information. So if you notice here, you've got 1, 2, 3 folders or 3 modules for week 1. So you need to complete week 1, chapter 1. Once you're done with that, you move on to week 1, chapter 2. Once you're done with that, you move on to week 1, chapter 3. Okay? These 3 modules will be for week number 1. Okay? Once you're done with week number 1, we begin week 2, and then you're going to have 3 modules for week number 2. Okay, so make sure that you do read carefully. Okay, now what are we going to find in the modules? Okay, you're going to click the down arrow here. Okay, you're always going to begin with the module overview. Okay, if you do the module overview, you're going to have a brief information about what the chapter is going to be about. What are we going to cover in the chapter? What are the learning objectives for the chapter? Okay. You're going to have a to-do list. Okay, what do I need to do? Well, you need to read the chapter, review the PowerPoints, review the lectures posted. Okay. What do you need to submit for a grade? These are the items that need to be submitted for a grade. Your syllabus course orientation quiz, your tutorial in Cengage, chapter 1 homework, chapter 1 quiz. The due date is provided. You're going to have a link to the PowerPoints for chapter 1, and you're going to have a lecture for chapter 1. Okay, everything is provided here. Okay, so you need to read all of this information, read the chapter, download the PowerPoints, listen to my lecture. This is where you will find my lectures. Okay, once you are done with this, you can begin working on your assignments. Okay, all of you will have a syllabus course orientation quiz. I use this quiz to take attendance. Okay, so you must complete it. Okay, it's a very short, I think it's 5-question quiz. It shouldn't take you but 5 minutes or less than 5 minutes to complete it. Okay, complete the quiz. Okay, you click on the link and it will take you to the quiz. Once you're done with the quiz, you're going to begin reading. Okay, you're going to click the button and it's going to take you to your book where you need to read chapter 1. Once you are done reading with chapter 1, you're going to begin working on your assignments. You're going to have a tutorial, a quiz, and your homework. You just click on the link and it's going to take you to the assignment. Okay. Once you're done with all of the assignments, then you move on to week number 1. Now we're doing chapter 2. If you look at chapter 2, the layout will be the same. You're going to have the module overview. It's going to have an overview of what you're going to be learning in chapter 2, the learning objectives. Okay, what you need to do, you need to read, review PowerPoints, listen to my lectures. What are you going to complete? The quiz and the homework, and the due date is provided. You've got your chapter 2 PowerPoints and you've got your chapter 2 lecture. Okay, everything is outlined very straightforward. Okay, now let me exit this course and let me go to a different course. That way you can see that they're very similar. Okay, that way. Okay, I'm going to do my summer 3 class, which is my principles of financial accounting. That is going to be a 10-week class. Okay, so if you see, the setup is the same. You're going to start with the Start Here folder. Okay, and you've got all of your information that you need right there that you need to review. Okay, and then you've got your Cengage links as well. Okay, and then you've got your week 1 chapter 1. So in this particular class we're covering 2 chapters during week number 1. Okay, we're covering in week number 2 1 chapter and a research project in week number 2. Week number 3 we're covering chapters 4 and 13. Week number 4 we're doing a comprehensive problem. You see, so everything is clearly outlined by week. Okay, so you should not be lost. Everything is provided. So once you're done, you can begin working on your assignments. Week 1 chapter 1, you are going to have the overview. So it does not matter what course you have. The only thing that's going to change is the content because you're learning different things. Okay, Principles of Financial Accounting is very different than Introduction to Accounting. It's very different than Payroll. Okay, so the only thing that's going to change is the actual content, but the layout is the same, and that is what I'm teaching you now, the layout of Blackboard. So you're going to have an overview, the objectives, what you need to do, read, review the PowerPoint. You've got the PowerPoint right there. You've got the video, and you've got the assignments that you need to complete. Okay, make sure that you listen to those videos. Okay, they're very helpful. Okay, once you're done with that particular week 1, you go on to week 1 chapter 2, and the same thing, you're going to have the module overview. Okay, you're going to have information about the chapter, the objectives. You're going to have 2 lectures in this case, the assignments, and the due dates. The PowerPoints, everything is housed in the content folder. Okay, you don't need to go anywhere else. Once you're done with that, you do the reading, you complete your quiz, and you complete your homework. Okay, so that is the structure of every week. Okay, so I hope by now you understand how this works. Now on the very top you have Pronto Instant Messenger. That is a wonderful application. I'm not going to click on it because it is not active right now. I am recording this lecture before the semester begins, so it is not active, but once the course begins that will be available. If you click on Pronto, you will be able to message me directly, or you can message the entire class. If you have a general question, maybe it's the weekend and you know I don't respond timely, but you have a question and you want some help on it, you can send a Pronto message to the entire class, and then students, chime in and they help each other out. It's amazing. It's awesome. Okay, so make sure that you do download the Pronto app on your phone or on your computer. That way you have it available. Okay, but that will be available once the semester begins. I have at the very top because that is where students it's a tool that we utilize to communicate. Okay, so that's Pronto. I've already shown you the modules. Okay, messages. If you need to contact me through Blackboard, you're going to click on messages. Okay, and then there's a little plus sign on the right hand side. It's going to be a new message. You're going to click on it. Okay, and you're going to type the name of the student. Okay, so my name pops up. If you want to send me a message, you just click my name. My name appears, and then you type me a message. Okay. If you want to, all of the students' names are here. So if you want to email a specific student, you can do that. If you want to message the entire class, you can do that. Okay, it just depends what is it that you want to do, but this is an awesome messaging system that is utilized. Okay, if you want to just maybe communicate with one student, maybe you have a friend in the class, you can just look up the name of the student and you can contact them through here. Okay, or you can just scroll down and locate the student's name. Okay, and then you just type the message and then just do the send. And then I'll get the message, I'll get a notification that a student has sent me a message, and I will try to respond as soon as possible. Okay, so this is the best way to communicate with me. Okay, Blackboard messages. Okay, so how do we do messages? You're going to go ahead and you're going to go into the course. Okay, on the top you have some tabs. I'm not sure. Let me see if I do student preview, will it work? Let me see how. Let me just check it out to see if it works. Because I want you to see your side, not necessarily how it's structured on my side. But let me see if it'll allow me to give you the student view. Okay. Okay, yeah. So, um, on the student view, this is what you should see on your end. You're going to have a button that says messages. Okay, you do the little plus sign right here, and then you locate the name of this person, myself, the instructor, or any student, and then you type your message. Okay, and then once you're done with your message, you just click send. Okay, and I'll get a notification. Okay. The gradebook. This is the gradebook that you need to monitor. Uh, it's going to have a list of all of the assignments. Right now they are all zeros because we haven't completed any of the assignments. But as you begin completing them in Cengage, the grade is going to flow into Blackboard and these are going to autofill. Okay, so you should see your Blackboard gradebook fill up with grades. Okay, and then you should see your current grade at the top. Okay, that way you know exactly what is included in your grade. Okay, so you've got all of the assignments shown here. Okay. We don't have any discussions in the class. Not in my classes. I don't use discussions. Okay. Announcements. Okay. If there is any announcements, you're gonna right now there's no announcements because the semester has not started. But once the semester begins, you will see announcements posted here. Let me go ahead and let me exit this view. That way you can be able to see my announcements on my end. Okay, so you're gonna have announcements. I post weekly announcements. So for example, you're gonna have a welcome announcement welcoming you to the summer session, where you need to some information that you need to know ahead of time. That way you can succeed in my class, stuff like that. Okay, so these announcements will be popping up throughout the semester. That way they provide you with key information, reminders, so on and so forth. Okay, so the reminders are going to be popping up right here. When you open the course, you will get a notification you have a new announcement. Okay, so that way you can read it. Okay, so that is basically it for Blackboard. Okay, just do the start here. Once you're done with the start here, you begin working on week 1. If you open it up, you will have the overview, which is where you're going to locate all of the useful resources, an explanation of what's going to be covered during the week, the PowerPoints, the videos, the assignments, and the deadlines. Okay, so everything is here. And then once you review that information, you have links to all of the assignments. You just click on them, and that will take you to Cengage, where you actually complete the tasks. Okay. So that is basically it. If you have any questions about anything, please let me know. Please feel free to navigate Blackboard. You're not going to break it. Okay. Just, go in there and become familiar with the setup of the class. Make sure that you print your syllabus. You've got your Concord syllabus. Please print it out and keep it handy. That way you can know what you need to do every week. Okay. So that's super important. You can contact my contact information is in the welcome announcement, also on my syllabus. You have my mobile number, my office number, my email, all of that good stuff is there. So that is available to you as well. You've got the Pronto link. That way you can contact myself or the other students. I've already gone over how to create a message, your gradebook, and the announcements. Okay. So regardless of the class that you are taking with me, the structure will be the same. Okay, just make sure that you read carefully. For example, week 1, week 2, week 3. So there are some, especially for my summer 1 and summer 2 classes, you're going to have a lot of content covered in a short window. So for example, in this class, you're going to have chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 3 being covered in week 1. Okay, I just decided to break it down. That way I can give you the resources for chapter 1, for chapter 2, and for chapter 3 separately. Okay, and once you're done with week 1, then you wait for week 2, and then you see you have 3 more folders for week number 2. Okay, well, you have in this case 1, 2, 3, 4 folders for week number 2. Okay, so on and so forth. Okay, so just go over the information, become acquainted with the setup, and if you have questions, please do not hesitate to contact me. Okay, so that is it for the orientation for Blackboard. Please make sure now you finish the third orientation video, which is going to deal with accessing Cengage. Remember, very important, you need to create your Cengage account immediately so you can begin working on your assignments. Okay, so please proceed now to listening to orientation video 3. Have a wonderful rest of your day.